Welcome to the Digital Journey Podcast. Every successful online business entrepreneur has an incredible story to share about their journey to success. Listen and learn from top digital mavericks and online business insiders as they share their secrets so you can live the lifestyle you deserve. Your pilots for today's journey, Rob Fortney and Nick Nimmin. Welcome aboard, passengers. The Digital Journey begins now.
Welcome to the Digital Journey Podcast, helping you navigate your online business voyage. I'm Nick Nimmin, and I'm joined today by Rob Fortney from the Amazon Gorillas. If this is your first time listening, then thanks for coming, and if you're returning, nice to see you again. The Digital Journey Podcast is produced every week for your enjoyment. Come back often, and feel free to add the podcast to your favorite RSS feed or iTunes. All links are in the show notes. Now let's get into the show.
All right, guys, welcome to the show. Hey, today we've got a super special guest. We've got Matt Tran coming in to speak with us today, and we're in Phuket together, hanging out at the Empire Flippers Retreat.
Matt is a web developer, digital entrepreneur, real estate investor, and he has a YouTube channel called Engineered Truth with over 240,000 subscribers and almost 20 million views. Matt, welcome to the Digital Journey.
Happy to be here with you guys in Phuket. We got a lovely view right now and been hanging out for past night. It's been a lot of fun.
Hey, you know, the view today, I mean, we're looking at the woods. I wish we were around the other side of the villa. We could be watching the ocean out there. We need to set up at the infinity pool later. I mean, that's what we need to do.
Right.
The new podcast from upstairs at the infinity pool level. We're kind of in the lower, the pool room, right?
Yeah.
Well, good, Matt. How are you doing, man? Are you, so is this your first time you've been to an event like this, like a big mastermind or anything like that?
Yeah, first time in a mastermind, first time in Phuket also. And the people I met here are pretty ridiculous. I mean, the people, there's a certain criteria for the Empire Flippers, and that's to either build or flip six-figure online businesses. So the quality of people I've been meeting here is just insane. I've never met such so many people that humbly make a lot of money.
Yeah, isn't that nice? And it's an eye-opening thing that there are actually people out there. Because typically, you know, you're around here and you're an independent business owner. You're a pretty smart guy, and you're in a lot of rooms where you know that you're probably one of the smarter guys in the room. And you go to a place like this, and you're like an idiot. You know, and I'm thinking, God, I'm gonna go hide out. I'm just listening. That's what I do around places like this. I just listen to people.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because you really don't know how much you make, and in the masterminds kind of reveal that, you know, some of these people make like 20 grand or 30 grand a month, and they're just casual guys. Like, you would never know it until they said, yeah, my business runs 30,000 a month.
Well, I always tell people, if you end up here, where we're at right now, and anywhere in Thailand or any place like this where other entrepreneurs and people gather together, you know, then you definitely are in a special place with special people. So tell us about how you got started in the online game. Give us a little background, like where you come from. How old are you?
Well, I'll start off with, I'm 29, and I started my YouTube channel, created the account 5 years ago, and it started off with a rant video before I was a mechanical engineer. And I saw a lot of people majoring in terrible majors, but there's no online resource that said, hey, these are the bad majors, these are the good majors, because a lot of the online resources want to be PC. They wanted to say, oh, all these majors, no matter what major you can get any job. And this was 5 years ago, so you know now with current blogs and podcasts, you can find more real information, but 5 years ago, not as much. So I made a rant video called, what are the only majors to go to college for? Now, I was so scared of what the YouTube comments would be that I couldn't check my account for 4 months. I was so scared of what the YouTube comments were.
The deadly
What if
terrors.
people don't like me, right? What if they don't like me?
And they clearly didn't. All right. So the video basically said, like, in engineering, healthcare, or like something business related, are pretty much the three main categories you should probably go to major for. Everything else is probably not worth the time or the effort.
All right, slow down everyone again and make sure. So the three areas that you would say are what now?
Healthcare, something healthcare related.
Right, big money.
Business, such as finance or accounting. Right. And then last one is engineering, obviously. Okay. And even some of the like science ones, a lot of people say science is a good one. I'm not sure if a biology degree or a chemistry degree is going to be that viable by itself.
Okay.
So I made a rant video, and I couldn't check my account, but one day I was so mad at my job. I was in the moment where I didn't care anymore. I didn't care about anything, right? I think I just got yelled at work for something stupid. So I checked my account, and I had, about 17,000 views and about 50 subscribers. I said, what the heck is going on? Like, why do I have so many views? So I kept making more videos about that, but the subsequent videos didn't do as well. So I had like a one-hit wonder for a while. Like, that was like my money-making video. But funny enough is I was so noob at YouTube as I didn't even turn on my AdSense. so I didn't make money for that period of time. But later when I turned it on, YouTube reimbursed me. So thank you, YouTube. So I was working as a mechanical engineer, and at the time, my point of view was like everyone should be like an engineer, like it's a great career. Then I hated my job. Then I hated the job after that. Then I hated the job after that. So I actually got fired from all 3 of my engineering jobs.
Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations. You told me that earlier, and the first thing I thought was, congratulations.
Yeah. So I worked in the natural gas field at a company called Semper Energy. Got fired from that. Worked as a reservoir engineer intern at an oil field. Got fired from that. Worked in the HVAC industry as an HVAC design engineer. Got fired from that.
Okay, so now let's so give me back. I want you to paint the picture here now. So so of the 3 of them, I want you to pick the worst one of them, okay? And so here we go. Your boss calls you up or he sends you an email and says, "Hey Matt, I need to see you in the office. Can you come on down to the office? I need to talk to you." Walk me through that.
Yeah, how does that feel?
I always think the first one is always the roughest. It's like your
Right,
first
it's the first time,
breakup.
right.
It's like
It's
your first breakup,
girl
right?
breaks your heart.
Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah,
tell me about the first
yeah.
time you just got laid out.
Okay, this was I didn't realize this was messed up until later on, but it actually works out in my favor. So I'm already in a little bit of heat for showing up late. That's pretty much it. Like showing up late and like some like misconduct stuff. Like but light things like I took a nap in the lounge, and that's not allowed. Like you're not allowed to take naps in the lounge during your break. And by the way, it's not client facing either. It's a private lounge, right? So anyhow, but me and the other intern were already in a little bit of heat. But for the most part, our behavior for the past couple weeks was good, right? So I showed up to work one day, and so far the last couple 2 or 3 weeks have been pretty good. So I called in the office, and I'm like, there's only one reason to get called in the office, but I'm thinking maybe it's a good deal because like I haven't done anything bad. Am I going to get a raise? Right. So they come in the office, and then it was my boss and the HR lady, which I knew.
The HR lady's there. You're going down,
right?
The hate lady.
Right? Identify the situation.
She has to make sure that no one's getting sued, and they do it.
By
policy.
Yeah. So she said, "Oh, due to like these previous events, they're gonna let me go." And I remember adrenaline, like shame,
your face gets all
guilt.
red.
I thought my parents were gonna be mad at me.
The whole world's disappointed in you, you loser. It's what your mind's telling you. Suck.
And then at the time, I was taking care of my own individual bills. My parents were paying for my housing, but I was paying for all my personal expenses. And I thought, man, like, how am I gonna pay for my personal expenses now? Like, how am I gonna date? How am I gonna go on dates? I don't have.
What woman's gonna want you, bro?
Yeah.
Like you got no job. You're
no
homeless
job,
now.
man. I got no job. So got fired. I remember clearly on the drive home feeling.
So now you're driving home after this deal.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so we know that now. Now it happened to you 3 times because there's a catalyst. Because I want to bring you into how that gets you back to the YouTube thing and how you at some point you go, you know what, I'm not doing this job stuff because you get fired that time. We know it sucks. You get fired again, and it's like when a girl breaks your heart a couple of times. It gets easier like the 3rd or 4th time. You start learning. Okay, well the end of the world isn't here actually. So now let's get into we can transfer that because we know how it sucks. Let's get into now you're at your 3rd time, and how does that lead you in? When's the point when you get fired from that 3rd job or the last time you worked? That you just said, you know what, I'm not going back. I'm going to keep doing videos and I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing and I'm going to monetize that.
So the 3rd time of getting fired, I got fired and I felt like kind of calm about it. And it's kind of like I had a calm drive home, packed my stuff up calmly to move back to my parents' house. And I still felt a little bit of shame and guilt because I feel like, I should be making this work. Like everyone else, the other coworkers, they made it work. All my colleagues who graduated with me, they made it work. But I wasn't able to make it work. So I said to myself, like, yo, this is clearly not working for me. It works for other people, but it doesn't work for me. And at the time, my YouTube channel was making $300 a month.
Okay, and it's making that $300 from just views from AdSense.
Just from views from AdSense.
Okay.
So, and I only had about like 4,700 subscribers. Right. And I said, I'm gonna do this full time. So I did it full time for 6 months. And it didn't grow very much. Like so it only grew up to like from $300 something to $450.
That's AdSense for you.
That's AdSense, right? And I was still experimenting a lot. And I was quite immature at the time, so I was still experimenting with what kind of videos I wanted to do at the time. So I had to get a job at an e-commerce company to pay me $15 an hour to make their YouTube videos.
Okay.
But that was a great gig because it taught me a lot about
On their dime.
on their
It's
dime.
like getting paid to go to school. I always tell people.
Yeah, it was getting paid to go to school, and I learned the difference between making YouTube videos for my channel versus making YouTube videos to promote a company or to make tutorial videos on how to use a product. So that was the stint I had for a while. Then I was social media manager for Uprocks for 6 months. Then I was social media manager also for a large YouTube channel called Bro Science Life. I think they have about 2 million subscribers now. I was creating their social media posts for about a year and a half, but I terminated that a couple months ago because what I'm making for my YouTube channel now, it wouldn't make sense for me to keep making their social media posts. Like I would be making less money doing that than I do working on my own YouTube channel.
Sure.
Yeah, so I terminated that, and that was emotionally really hard to let go because I've always been fired before. Right. So to leave like a good thing.
Oh, to let money lay on the table, it's a very hard thing.
Yeah.
And what happens is what happened to you probably for a little while. What happens to me is you actually are losing money doing what you're doing, like,
yes.
and you have to bleed long enough that you go, like, I'm laying in my own pool of blood here. Yeah. But there's this tremendous power too. What you're gonna find now is once you're able to make that call, what happens is someone's gonna call you and want you to do a project for them. Yeah. And you're gonna think,
you get
I
to
don't
say
want to.
no.
Wait, but or you get to go, okay, I really don't want to do this, but I'll do it for $5,000. And it's something that you would have done for $1,000 a year ago. Yeah. But now you're like, okay, if I'm gonna mess with that, it's $5,000. And then what's gonna happen? They're gonna go, okay. And that's what you'll see now. Because once you get to the front where you don't care about the money anymore and you don't care the deal, then you're able to actually ask your real value, which
you have leverage.
You're right. Yeah. Leverage is where it's at. And so now, once you've said no to that, now you're gonna open up a whole new page, which is, hey, will you help me with my YouTube? Well, okay, well, it's $5,000, you know. I'll meet with you once a month, or you know what I mean? You're gonna find that'll open up that gate. All the time I see it happen to me now, because once you're in control of your time and you know you're doing what you want to do, then you know.
So what are you into now? Like from that point, bring us through to the things that you're doing now.
Okay, so from that point, so last year I started to really excel. So it took really 4 years, or about 3 or 4 years of making the videos until my YouTube income really popped.
So tell me the premise of a video, because I've not watched your channel ever. So so tell me, okay, so if I go to your channel, and your last video, what's it about? I mean, you started out with a rant about how not to do. What are you ranting, or what are you talking about? Like, what does a video look like, you know, when we go to your channel?
Like, one of my recent videos is called Aerospace Engineering, Reality versus Expectations. So I brought on a former aerospace engineer, and he wrote about 5 cards of what he thought aerospace engineering was going to be like versus what it's actually like doing the job. And the bullet points help keep it orderly. Okay. And also it kind of has that little bit of entertainment value, because people are discovering what it's really like while being informative, so that people can make the decision if they want to study aerospace engineering as a career. Okay. Yeah, so I try to get the professionals to talk about the bad parts about their job, because if you look online, people are only talking about the good parts about jobs, but they're not talking about the bad parts.
So it's an interview show then. So then, if I was an aerospace engineer, you'd invite me on your show, and then then the other guy is on camera or a webcam somewhere else, and you're interviewing them typically, or are they with you?
Typically, I do it online out of convenience. And then I also have videos where I just speak. So one of my most popular videos is called How to Prepare for a Job Interview. And at the time of this recording, if you type that into YouTube, I'm the first video. So that video is my most viewed video with 1.7 million views. But most of my newer videos only get a few thousand.
Okay, very cool. Yeah. So are you just monetizing your channel right now through AdSense?
All right, so the AdSense only represents a small portion of how much I make. Last year, I got a cold email from a guy named Seth, and he emails me saying, oh, I just made this course to help people get a job in digital marketing. I was wondering, do you want to promote it? I said, no way, this course is going to sell. It's a scam course. But I said, why not? Let's just see where it goes. So I do one interview over Google Hangouts with the guy, and that's it. We do the interview, post it up. All right? I make my ClickBank. We use ClickBank as a middleman. 2 weeks later, I open my mailbox, get a little mail from ClickBank. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be cute. It's gonna be like $100, right? Like it's a small, because the video only has like a couple thousand views. Right. Open up the mail and I have $300. Like, well, that's not bad. But I think it's gonna be a one-time thing, because that's the video just came out. Right. No. Next week, another $300. What? Then it was so consistent that we're making like $300 for a couple months. Then someone emails us. His name is Justin. He emails us. He's like, dude, I just got a job for $38,000 a year from taking your course doing digital marketing. Can I do a video testimonial for you guys? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. Exactly. Yeah. Yes.
Please.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So then I took the video, I wrapped the testimonial into something that's more organic for YouTube. Because if I put like video testimonial, review, course review, it's just like,
nobody's gonna click on that.
Yeah, no one's gonna click on that, right? So I spiced it up a little bit. I put like how to get a $38,000 salary in digital marketing in 2 months. After we posted that video, it doubled. So I started making like $600 a week. Then we started getting more testimonials. So then each testimonial, I had to like wrap it in a different way based on the story.
And that adds personal authority to what you're doing too, or credibility.
Exactly.
To what it is that you're doing, yeah.
So then we have 2 people drop out of college. That's their story. One 19-year-old guy got a job in digital marketing for around also $38,000, but it's completely remote. So that one's like how to get a remote job and $38,000, and I think he got his job actually in 3 weeks. It's pretty nuts.
Nice.
Yeah. So we have those, and so now I'm making, my cut is around like $2,300 a week. So per month I would say, I make around $9,000 a month from that course, and then I make about $3,000 from ad revenue, YouTube ad revenue. So that brings my total revenue into like around $12,000 or $13,000 depending on the month, and my costs are very low. I just have a couple of part-time virtual assistants and social media and video editor. So.
All right. So basically, how you've learned how to monetize your YouTube channel, because you don't know this, but our stories are very, very similar. Now, I've been I'm in the same space, and so what I do is I review and do training stuff for Amazon FBA. So same thing. What happens is I review software, I review stuff, and I have a 6-figure video. I have a video that made over $100,000 that I did 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That still I get.
Still making money.
Still making money. But there were times when it was $1,500 a day, like bang, bang, bang. The first time I did it, I had a $25,000. The biggest day I ever had. I've had a $25,000 day and a $10,000 day from a webinar launch video.
Wow.
We'll definitely talk after this because there's definitely some things that I think that we could share and help each other with. But so the bottom line was, so what you've done is you took the skill that what you had, which was, hey, listen, there are people out there who are not straight on what's going on. Let me give them some real information.
Yeah.
And so what you've done is you figured out that, first of all, if you have an audience, you can sell them things. And that's the thing I keep telling people, well, like, what do I need to do if I'm gonna start a business? Well, you gotta have an audience to market to. That's the bottom line. I don't care what you're doing.
Yeah.
And the great thing about the YouTube space is that it is the audience. Like, it's everything about audience right now. And it's no different than CBS television. CBS television has an audience. You watch the Super Bowl, people pay $5 million for an ad on the Super Bowl because it's eyeballs. And all YouTube is eyeballs. And the great thing is that so much of it's organic in the sense that when you put a video out, you're not paying, like, you didn't advertise your course.
No.
You didn't spend any money to get this course.
Yeah.
You just went on there and said, here's some great content. And in the middle of it was, hey, here's something. And lo and behold, guess what? You actually help people. And what a great story that you're shocked that you wake up that one day and you're like, I just got a job. It's $38,000 a year from your deal. And your mama was like, but you don't understand that people are out there and people don't have some of the skills that you have. Yeah. They don't have that ability to be able to put, or the way that your partner guy put that thing together or that course or whatever he did. They may not have that skill set. So when you provide that to them and give them just a little bit of vision, some people can change
lives.
And change lives. And that's what you're doing. And that was one of the greatest things about what I do in my life now, is that I watch people change their lives completely. And so the impact as far as your own soul and your own stuff changes dramatically. So you've been able to, first of all, create. Now, are you living in one location? Are you location independent yet?
I spend about half of my time in Los Angeles to see my parents and my friends because, that's where I was raised. But I also spend half the time in Metro Manila because I feel like I established a second life over there. It's pretty fun.
All right. Well, you need to come visit us in Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai is the place right now, man. All the digital nomad guys are hanging out in that space. They're hanging out there. Tons of smart, imagine the room that you're in now. Just imagine a town with 500 people in it like that. That's what Chiang Mai is. Yeah. It's all hustling, digital nomad guys who are, doing exactly what you've done in a million different spaces, the same as you're meeting people here. So when did you decide? So your real last plug to the real world, which was a paycheck, you just pulled that plug finally.
Yeah.
A little bit ago. So like right now, there is no umbilical cord to anything that you don't create.
No umbilical cord. So completely.
How does that feel?
So in the beginning, it felt really weird, but I remember I called. So the creator of the course is Seth, right? And I'm his affiliate. He's the vendor. Right. And because I've sold so much of his course, we kind of build a relationship. Because like you should be friends. I'm selling a lot of your product. Something's working, right? Like I'm passing customers to you. You're getting them jobs. Like we need to work together. So we kind of established like a good business partnership. And so I called him one day. He's a little bit older guy. He's in his early 40s. And I said to him, like, you know what, like, this is a situation, like, at the time I was making around $9,000 a month, and I can't reveal how much Bro Science Life was paying me, but I told him that, and he said, like, look, it sounds like you're irritated. How much they're paying you is, like, how much they're paying me per week was what I would make in one day. And he's like, look, it's not even worth it. And so I just, contacted him, I quit, and I've been better ever since. I mean, I went from $9,000 to $12,000 dollars a month in just like the past couple months since I quit. So obviously it worked.
Now, are you doing anything on your end? Because, like Rob was saying before, how he's got, like videos up that, he's a similar thing where he's driving like affiliate traffic. Like I'm on the other side of that to where I've created a web store and I send people from my channel to that, right, for profit from there. Do you have anything that you've created yourself that you're driving to, or do you have plans for that in the future? Yeah,
I made a course on how to make a YouTube channel.
Oh, perfect.
I actually have the best URL. I couldn't believe this URL was taken because I only took it about 6 months ago. It's howtoyoutube.com.
Oh, nice.
Nobody took it.
That's a great.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
nobody took it. When I was using GoDaddy to buy it, I said no way is this not taken, right? But I just tried it. Just why not? It said available. I said, are you kidding me? Like, there's so many people who have their YouTube courses out there, and nobody thought of titling it howtoyoutube.com.
All right, so let's get to our next big segment. What we do is kind of in the middle. What we do is, Matt, we stop down and we go, hey, listen, Matt, tell us what's in your digital toolbox. And what that means is tell me what kind of media you're consuming, what blogs are you listening to,
what tools you use.
What tools are you using in your YouTube channel, what tools are you using just in your business to keep track, or whatever it might be, what podcast maybe you're listening to, what are you consuming that you think is helping you, that if you told me or your friend about it, hey, listen, you need to really go check this out because it's helping me or doing something good in my life. Give me some of that.
I think the starter pack for any digital nomad is 4-Hour Workweek, Tim Ferriss. That's a must if you're starting your journey. Second one is Choose Yourself by James Altucher. Those are two must reads if you're making that transition. For online resources, one of the books I've read recently called Expert Secrets by, I think it's Richard Brunson. Amazing. One of the best books on, I think he focuses on more ClickFunnels, but it's such a good book on online sales that I would recommend it to anybody that's in sales. So that's the book that has really helped me a lot. In terms of, I'm reading this book called The Hector and the Search for Happiness. Oddly helped me a lot with my happiness, and there has been studies that if you're happier, you actually produce a lot more. So a lot of people think it's reversed, like you gotta produce more and get results to be happy. It's actually the opposite. You gotta be happy in order to be successful. Exactly. So that book, even though it's a fictional, almost for kids book, it actually helped me a lot with being happier. In terms of tools, I mean, for me, I only started making good money this past year.
Right.
So the year before, I was only making like $3,000 or maybe like $4,000 up for a month or so. Now my business has kicked into like $12,000 a month, and but now I'm starting to buy the premium tools that I need, like the newest MacBook Pro, the newest iPhone, the newest drone, DJI Mavic, and that has been a weird transition for me because I'm always used to using the eBay laptop, but I think buying those tools are necessary investment because every time I bought in the premium one and it's a little bit faster, it's always been worth it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, upgrades. Yeah, totally worth it because it speeds up your workflow, makes everything easier.
I practice in my business is I in my personal life when rewarding myself and buying stuff, I'm very, very slow to do stuff. Like I will buy used over, I'll do whatever. If I'm going on a vacation, I'm gonna find, hey, both Nick and I are staying at this great place. It's a beautiful, brand new place, and I scoured the internet to find this place. It's infinity pool, everything, and it's super cheap. It's $30 a night, and I'm like, this is the greatest deal on earth. Yeah. So that's how I think normally. But when it comes to my business, I don't debate 1 second ever. If I need it for my business, I don't think how much it costs. I don't do. If I know, I won't waste time. I mean, I'll search the right price and everything, but I absolutely don't debate that, because you shouldn't debate. If it's for your business, and this isn't some personal thing, I mean, if you're buying a drone and it has nothing to do with, if you're not going to use it in your business, well, that's a personal choice. If you're buying a drone so you can get shots of your lifestyle or shots of product or whatever it might be, then get what you need to get, because how you present yourself, how you feel about your business, and the confidence will change everything. Those tools, I mean, I got probably in any given month, I think I was up to about $700 in subscriptions and services and things that I just subscribe to. Tools that I use, software packages that I use on a monthly basis. I'm in the FBA space, so I do a lot more stuff there. And there's just a lot more tools, analytical tools and stuff that you use in there. But I don't ever debate that. Now, every now and then I'll go back through them all and go, okay, who am I? I have to go through. You have to go through your dang your bank statement and go, okay, who's banging me out automatic every month?
It's a funny story behind that, because as entrepreneurs, you get more and more comfortable. I mean, before growing up, I only had the mindset of you work and then you take your money to buy things that you want to do. Like, you earn money, then you spend money.
Right.
The concept of spending money to earn money, wasn't trained that way. So I remember when I started my channel, I needed a webcam. And so it took me 2 weeks to decide, do I want to buy the $70 Logitech C920 webcam?
Right.
And even when I bought it, I said, is this really going to be worth it? Am I really going to
stressing out about it?
Am I going to make my worry? I don't think I'm going to make my money back. I think I'm going to lose money on this. It's not even worth it. Why did I do this? Looking back on it now, oh my God, was the $70 worth it to get my channel started? Absolutely.
Yeah, that was the best $70 you ever
part of the
spent.
best $70 I spent. Yeah.
Are you still using it?
I actually still use the webcam. It's actually a great webcam.
It is. It's the best webcam I think there is for the price, probably, for sure.
Yeah.
For your channel and your toolkit, do you use TubeBuddy by any chance?
I do use TubeBuddy.
Okay.
Yeah, I use TubeBuddy in my toolkit. So that makes a lot of automations with filling out these boring things when you upload a video a lot better. So I actually pay for TubeBuddy Premium too. Yeah.
Definitely. Nick does TubeBuddy segments. He goes on and does.
Yeah, I do live streams. I do an hour live stream once a month
with TubeBuddy on TubeBuddy's channel. He works with TubeBuddy.
Oh, nice.
I use it all the time as well.
That's why I had to give the plug. That's why I asked.
So we just got TubeBuddy. So all right, Matt. So I'm a guy out there, okay, and I'm thinking I want to be in the digital space. I want to figure out how I can make some money online. I want to do it. Let's talk about mindset, because that's some of the important things. I think that people are out there, whether they're going to buy a business, it's really that change. The transition from I have a job to the fact that I'm going to work on my own.
And on your own terms.
On your own terms.
I'm going to wake up when I want. I'm going to do my entire process, from the time I wake up until the time I go to bed. It's going to be on my terms. I'm doing exactly what it is that I want to do. What is that transition like in your mind? As far as, if you were looking at yourself, let's say a year ago or 2 years ago versus yourself now in the way that you think, what would you say the biggest impact is?
Well, getting fired was the best part. I mean, that's why we talked about it before.
I'm telling you, when we said congratulations, that's a real deal.
Oh, yeah.
I'm old enough. I'm 47, so, I understand getting fired. Now, I've never been fired because I never actually had a job. I fired real deal, guys. I fired 2,500 people in my life. I've told 2,500 people, get out of here.
So, and they're going to be on a podcast probably at some point.
There's going to be a whole YouTube channel. Rob Fortney fired me. He sucks. There's where all my trolls come from. All my people I fired. But so getting fired is the best thing that ever happened.
Well, getting fired was the best thing that could ever happen, because the stigma at the time, or it's even now, is still general knowledge, is that a lot of people think that getting a job at a big company is the most stable thing to do. Well, it clearly wasn't, when you could just go from making all your income to making zero income in a day.
Instantly.
Yeah. In a day.
You can't lose all your, well, you could. I mean, there is a way your YouTube channel could get shut down or something, but typically, by what you do, you're going to find, because just over my period of time on my YouTube channel, yes, certain videos the money will decline on it, but there's still, it just doesn't go away. You don't wake up one morning and there's a zero number.
Yeah, exactly. It's something that I own, and I mean, it's YouTube's best interest to not delete my account, because they get a huge split of the ad revenue, and so they're making money from
majority
it.
Majority
A good split, and so And for me, I'm like one of the most non-controversial channels. I'm not doing like weird pranks or anything, like controversial things. It's literally a career education channel. Like, you can't really get much more non-controversial. So, I mean, I have a good, safe channel, so I don't see myself losing my channel. And there's a certain feeling when you own something and you know the income is gonna be there. I mean, it's just one of the best feelings that I feel really secure with how much I earn. A lot better than before, because before, if my boss came and talked to me, and I remember one time I got yelled at for being 5 minutes late to work. And I clock in too, and I clock in, so it's like, I'm not getting paid for those 5 minutes anyways, but it's like, she made such a big deal out of it. And then there's no pressing matters that day. I thought, there's no pressing matters. I'm just 5 minutes late. And she made such a big deal out of it. And I thought, man, this is really stressing me out. But the reason it's stressing me out is because if I'm late again, she might fire me, and I earn $0.
It's out of your control.
It's out of your control. So the original question was what transitioned me into being more self-employed. That was obviously the biggest step. Then I think the second biggest step is earning your first dollar online. The first dollar.
It's the greatest dollar. I tell people, isn't it the greatest dollar you've ever made in your life?
Yeah.
When that $1 comes in, literally, I sold a cell phone case. I thought like I got this figured out now. Not that for 9 more months that I may make $1 more, but that first $7 Wonder Woman cell phone case is what I sold.
But look how clearly you still remember it. How many years later, you know? Because that first dollar, it really does have emotional impact. And I remember I finally turned on my ad revenue, and my first like little thing was like 75 cents. Like first day, I was like, that's 75 cents. In a couple days, I could buy a Starbucks with that. So then, I quickly built up to like, well, at the time I told myself I want to be able to earn like $3 or $4 a day, so I could buy a Starbucks a day, and that's going to be paid for by my YouTube channel. So then I built up to that, and every time I go higher, I said I want to be able to buy this and every single day and not have to worry about it. So yeah, it's built up to where I could probably buy quite a bit in one day and not worry about it. Yeah.
I think you could buy a lot.
Yeah,
$12,000 a month.
Yeah. It's not a bad place to be.
It's not a bad place to be.
So for somebody that's interested in starting out on YouTube, to actually turn YouTube into a business, or to turn YouTube into an income source of some kind, be it their main source of income or a side income, what would be your tips for them, or your biggest recommendations for them, or things that they need to keep in mind?
First, they should definitely keep in mind that YouTube is a place where things are searchable. So the main difference between YouTube and Facebook is that YouTube videos will persist a lot longer than a Facebook video. A Facebook video will do really well, but guess what? After like 24 hours after it's down the feed, who's gonna find it anymore? The good thing about being a YouTuber is that I have a video called, like I mentioned, I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but it's called How to Prepare for a Job Interview. I'm like number one search video. That video I made over a year ago, and I'm pretty embarrassed by how bad it is.
It is, tell them that tip. The bottom line is you're gonna suck. I don't care what you do.
Yeah.
You have to live with it.
Yeah. So it sucks, and guess what? 1.7 million people have viewed how sucky I was.
Right. Yeah, it really sucks. It doesn't suck. That's the point. Huh?
Yeah. And so, but that video still makes me like $200 a month just from ad revenue, even though I made it a year ago, because it's really searchable. So the first thing is be very searchable. The second thing is you should have an us versus them kind of culture to your channel. So the us versus them means, what is the mainstream idea you're going against? My mainstream idea going against is like, you don't need college to be successful. And so when I greet the community, they feel a little bit tighter. They feel like they're a little bit of an exclusive club.
That whole tribe aspect.
Yeah. You're building a tribe of people who are saying, screw society. We know this cool thing that other people don't know.
Hey, which is all you millennial guys are in that. Like that's what I love that comes from your generation, which is that, screw the world.
You want a channel where you're going against some mainstream idea, because if you're just saying what everyone already knows, then you're not going to pique interest.
Right.
You pique interest when you have an idea that's not crazy. Like, you don't want to go crazy, but you want to be a little bit.
You put some crazy ideas out there.
Yeah, you don't want to start talking about reptile people as an example.
Right.
You can make money, turn yourself into a reptile.
Those make very good Facebook videos, but it doesn't make a very good long-term YouTube channel.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So you want something that's like not crazy, but a little bit lower. Like, bring it down from a 10 to a 5. You want to be prolific. And if you can be prolific and have a unique angle, then that's going to help build a loyal audience a lot better. And then the next thing I want people to be clear about is you don't have to get a lot of views You don't even have to get discovered a lot. You just have to be the #1 search result when someone types a question in the industry that you're in. So I have a friend who wants to get into making a real estate YouTube channel for Orange County. I said, you don't need a lot of views, but you just need the top video when someone types in how to sell your house in Orange County fast.
He needs to own that spot.
He needs to own. If he owns the #1 spot, guess what? He might have only 1,000 views on the video.
Doesn't matter.
But
those are super sharp, defined, insane, qualified people.
Yes. So yeah, he might get 10 leads from that. If he sells all 10 houses, he sold 10 houses for the year.
I think that's okay. So that was one of the things when we talk about somebody who's doing YouTube, and you're thinking, somebody might be listening thinking, well, how does that apply to what I'm doing or any business I'm doing? But what I'm saying is that YouTube and all of the interviews we've done, and Nick and I've done with entrepreneurs, I'm telling you, YouTube is exclusively mentioned everything, and you are out there listening. The last time you needed some information, what did you do? You went in and searched how to do it because we love watching the video on how to do it.
Yes.
So no matter what business you're in, so let's assume you're in the physical products business, let's assume you're in the drop shipping space, let's assume you're in affiliate, whatever it might be, guess what? You can figure out how to put videos on YouTube, get them ranked, you will sell your product.
Exactly. So having searchable videos, and what's good is like, look, people think Facebook is going to dominate. They actually have two different spaces. Facebook is just entertainment videos, but guess what? When you're searching how to do something,
it's YouTube.
It's going to be YouTube. When you search a tech review on the latest MacBook Pro, YouTube. So it has its place, but you got to make sure that you're doing those kind of how-to educational videos and dominating that space, because I think that space is going to earn a lot more money in general than just trying to be an entertainment channel. The problem with being an entertainment channel is, okay, you're entertaining people. Okay, the problem you're solving is entertainment. So then when you sell your merch at the end, it's not the same problem. Some people may buy it, but the percent is going to be so low, and
because you're not focused on an audience. You don't have a
target
tribe.
market.
Right. You don't have your group.
Loyalty, right?
Yes. All right. So Matt, we appreciate you talking with us and giving us this insight. And so we were summing up there a little bit at the end there of, okay, so these are the ways in which you're going to utilize and get the audience correct in your YouTube channel like that. So give me a conclusion in that of, the summary of, hey, listen, and think about it in this perspective. I may not be wanting to start a YouTube channel, and maybe monetize a YouTube channel. I may just want to sell my product somehow, because I think that's what people got to really understand. That YouTube is it's like basically someone telling you, think about this. It's like someone saying, I'm going to give you the interaction of somebody that I have an email with, but it's like a personal, your face is in it, your deal. So I mean, what YouTube, when you get a view on a YouTube, what it's like getting a personal email from somebody in a video form. Is really what a YouTube view is. And so imagine just taking that and apply it to any product. I don't care what product it is. I don't care if it's your Kindle book. If you're in the Kindle book space, you should be doing readings from your book and doing, a 2-minute reading of your special chapter that you put out there and getting views on it that then sells the whole book. So
and the more they watch you, the more they get to know, like, and trust you too.
Right.
Like
and
every single video they watch.
They subscribe,
Right.
So #1 tip is don't rely on YouTube ad revenue. And plus, it varies. There are changes to the algorithm. There are changes now. Recently, they really hurt controversial channels or political channels. The advertisers complained. They said, we don't want to promote on controversial channels. Those political channels, even political commentary, took a huge hit in ad revenue. So that overnight. So don't count on the YouTube ad revenue. I just consider that a base salary. But you got to consider the affiliate. You got to look at your channel like a page lead generation. By lead generation means people are coming and they want to buy something for you. And what's great about YouTube is that you mentioned it's like getting a personal email. The people are coming to your video. You're not randomly spamming someone on the internet with your ad.
Absolutely.
They found your video, they clicked on it.
And they saw your face, your facial expression. Listen, we all know when you look someone in their eye, we have a whole lot more trust of looking somebody who's looking into a camera and looking in their eye and they say something as opposed to you reading something or anything. Here's the best number, and here's the number. 20%. There's a conversion rate when you're selling something through YouTube and through a video. There's a 20% conversion rate. There's nothing else on the whole planet Earth that does 20%. You're talking about 3, 2, 5, 7%. If you get 7%, like you're a rocket scientist in any other platform. In YouTube, if you get somebody to view your whatever it is you're selling, and it's it could be your content, whatever it is. And I keep telling people, I don't care what business you have, you should have a YouTube channel. A YouTube channel to me is more important than your Facebook page, because the interaction and the sales ability to it.
And people are looking for what you're offering.
Right. And guess what? All you have to do at this point, because we're still in such an expanse that literally with tools like YouTube Buddy and things like that, you can go find out the answers that YouTube is waiting to have. Like, we know there's searches, we know there's there, and you can rank instantly for things that you just go figure out this answer needs out there.
Yo, I need to ask you guys about that, because that's actually a problem I'm having. I need to find like which videos are going to do well and what are people searching for. We'll talk about that after.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so here's a big part of the segment, and we call it big questions with little answers. Okay, so big questions with little answers. So I'm going to ask you, I'm going to ask you the end-all question, like, I'm at home, and we've kind of talked about this, we cut out this a little bit, but so what's the number one thing that somebody needs to have inside of them to become an entrepreneur as opposed to somebody who is I call it sheep and sheep herders. So either you're going to be a sheep herder or you're going to be a sheep. What's that one thing that you think separated you from being a sheep to a sheep herder? What is that?
For me, I think it's that's reading books, honestly. I mean, when you compare all my friends that read books versus the ones that don't, pretty much all the ones that read self-development and business books, you just can't help but become an entrepreneur after reading those, because you don't really understand what's out there, because a lot of people haven't seen what's like. If I got a feeling, you take one friend to this Empire Flippers retreat who's not an entrepreneur, by the time he leaves, he's gonna be like, yo, I need to join this life. We have people easily traveling most of the year. And guess what? It's like they're saving money living in Bali instead of living in their Western country that they're from. It's like, why wouldn't you do it? And so when you take vacations for 5 months at a time, I'm about to go to Manila for 5 months, basically take a 5-month vacation. How could you not want to do it? And if you're hanging out in this environment and you see people living such good lives, how can you not want to do it?
Hey, I've been to the beach for the last 8 weeks. I've been to every island in Thailand in the last 2 months. Like, that's what I did. Get up, I go to the island. Like, I literally having to come here, and I know this is going to sound bad. And
he was complaining about it. He's like, man, I got to go to the beach
again, dude. And like, I just came back 2 weeks ago. Like, and I'm thinking, this is a first world bitch. You know what I mean? This is a first. God, I gotta go. So what you're saying is that then educating yourself. So it comes back to that, be inspired by other people, surround you. I mean, Tim Ferriss talks about that. Those people that you surround yourself with are the people that then ultimately make you who you are. Yeah. Because if you're around people that don't have a vision that goes, listen, you know what I did last year? Hey, let me tell you, on your YouTube channel, if you'll just do this, all of a sudden you can make an extra 6-figure a year by somebody just at a retreat, like just giving you one little extra. Yeah. So surround yourself with people of like mind. And that's why I live in Chiang Mai. That's why Nick lives in Chiang Mai, because there's so many people like that. Literally, what you experience here, we experience every day of the week there. I have lunch with the most incredible entrepreneurs in the world there every week. So it's that opportunity to be able to around people who think differently and outside of the box.
But at the same time, also earn it, because I get people messaging me on Instagram directly, like, hey man, I wonder if you could be my mentor. We could sit down and you can help me out over
That's $1,000.
Yeah, but they never want to pay.
Sure.
Okay. But so if you're in a situation, you can only circle yourself with people who are at a similar caliber. So earn your way up to higher tier.
Yeah.
Because I think there's so many people just trying to just skip steps and just be hang out with the people who make $1 million a year. It's just
you got to pay your dues.
No, but you know what? But you know what? That's okay, because that's why this educational system works. That's why people are willing. And listen, people sometimes go, well, why would I pay money to? Because guess what? If you talk to me or I talk to Matt, and Matt does help me, or Nick helps you with your YouTube channel, I assure you that Nick will get you better results on your YouTube channel by paying him to help you assist it. So I think the process of, if you don't have the knowledge, go out and buy the knowledge. It's much quicker and a much easier route than to earn it. Listen, it doesn't always have to be this rock climb that you got to just pound your face in. You know what? Find the guy who knows what he's doing and go pay him for his time. Because if you pay him for his time and don't approach it at the front is, listen, I'm not here to take your time. How much does it cost for me to hang out with you once a week and have an hour-long conversation? Yeah. Don't be afraid to invest in your education. How many people have been to college and spent? I always tell people, give me some, that course, dropship lifestyle is $1,000. I can't believe somebody paid. First of all, that means you have to figure out how to make $100 a month over 12 months, okay? Listen, we're not talking about a lot of money, okay? Right? Yeah. Secondly, did you have a university degree? Yeah. So I imagine most university degrees, you have to take tennis and backpacking or walking class, and you had to take a health class, and you were paying $900 a credit hour. You basically spent $7,000 learning how to play tennis and walking class in college. So don't tell me somehow to have a guy who's actually done it, can point you in directions and save you time, effort, and money. Do not be afraid to pay. Listen, quit trying to buy people or tell you you're going to make you millionaires. That's the number one thing I'd tell you. Yeah. If they're telling you how they're going to make you a millionaire, then that's probably not a guy you need to listen to. But if the guy says, listen, let me show you how you can earn a real living, you can make money over substantial time, those are the guys you need to invest in. And that's just investing in books. Listen, hey, but you know where the number one source of everything free in the world is? YouTube. Yeah. If you want to know how to do drop shipping, you don't have to take a drop shipping course. Just get on YouTube and watch every drop shipping course, every information you would ever need to do almost anything. My brother's a mechanical engineer, and he'd always be fixing stuff. And I'm like, how do you know how to fix everything? He's like, I just go into YouTube, watch a YouTube video.
Nice.
Yeah.
So Matt, if anybody listening to this right now, anybody that's watching on YouTube, if they want to find out more about you, they want to connect with you, they want to see the stuff that you are doing, where do they find you?
Best place to watch my channel is youtube.com/engineertruth. I have a website too, engineertruth.com, and the best place to message me directly is on my Instagram, which can be found on my channel.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks for coming on. We appreciate we appreciate having you on, and we appreciate you sharing your knowledge with us and the people that are listening to the show.
And your inspiration, because I think that's really about what you shared a lot about. It's just the inside secrets there. Hey, listen, the show today is brought to you by Empire Flippers, empireflippers.com. If you're interested in getting yourself into the e-commerce online business space, anything from drop shipping stores to affiliate stores, Shopify stores, if you're interested in either buying that type of business, which is an incredible opportunity. We've just done a show the other day with Justin, the owner of Empire Flippers, and how that process works to be able to actually get yourself into a running online business is a great opportunity for if you're looking to get into the space and be able to kind of change your lifestyle. And then as well, but if you're out there and you have a business and you've created a drop shipping course or a drop shipping store, that's a great opportunity for they sell. I have lots of friends who've sold their businesses there as well. So go check out empireflippers.com. They also have an evaluation tool there so you can evaluate your business. So empireflippers.com. You can reach me at Facebook at robfortneyjr.com. If you message me, I will return your call. I'll try to get you any answers, any information you can. So go ahead and enter me. And Nick, you can meet him at
youtube.com/Nick Nimmin is the first place to find me. Besides that, you've been listening to the Digital Journey Podcast, helping you navigate through your online voyage. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you next time.
You're listening to the Digital Journey Podcast. The Digital Journey is brought to you by Empire Flippers, the largest marketplace for selling and purchasing online businesses. empireflippers.com.